way to the Badlands over the course of about a week, but on the way there we needed to stop and do a bit of admin for the van, for Hezzy. So Jez is about to empty the toilet.
Nice.
All of those interested, continue watching. All those not interested, hit fast forward till it's all clean. And don't worry, that water dripping off is just water.
What, hopefully. Well, go do the toilet shake.
Just check that it is actually closed before you stand in front of him filming, in case you get a bit of an unexpected and not very nice surprise. In America everyone has a nice hose so you don't see it. In the UK we have it in a box. And I've spotted, what I don't think Jez has spotted yet, this one, when you lift up the hole to tip it all into, doesn't have a rock to weigh it down. And there we go.
And also hold your nose while you're doing this, or get somebody else to hold your nose. Then a quick rinse out on then we're done.
Well, Jez is emptying the toilet, which you would think would be the worst job. Actually, that one's quite easy, because Americans, for their grey wastewater, they just have a nice hose that tips the whole lot into the dump station. We don't have that. We have the high tech of a bucket. So high tech, I have to actually open the bucket first. And now I have to carry the bucket around the other side of the van to empty the water in the same hole Jez has used.
Or without pouring all over my shoes. Thank you Camping World for allowing us to empty our water tanks and toilets and stuff like that. Van's full of water, empty of wastewater, full of gas, plenty of diesel in the tank. The open road awaits.
So we're currently in Illinois on the 137, and shortly it's going to change its name to the 32 because we're going to cross the state line and go to Wisconsin, which wasn't on our plan originally, but hopefully Jez can buy himself a new phone.
Yay!
Shake 137 ends, look, 137 ends to Illinois. Welcome to Wisconsin.
Fresh new tarmac. Thank you
Now
very
we're
much.
on the 32. So one of the quirks of driving around is you see the different way the road systems work and everything else. Each state likes to be different. And what we've discovered in Wisconsin is that they have horizontal traffic lights. In other states the traffic light is above your lane, so you know which lane it stops and goes. Here, we just put a generic one horizontally above the road. So we're sitting on the beach having our lunch. As you can see, we've got coats on, so it's a little bit cooler, but still nice. And about to have a wander down and maybe have a paddle in the waves. Prizes for anyone who can guess what sea it is. You've all lost. It's not a sea, it's a lake. We are at Lake Michigan. Jez is now going to supply you with all of the really exciting information about the lake.
By volume, it's the second largest.
So it's pretty big. We've driven along it beside it for about 2 hours and barely really covered any of its circumference. However, we are driving along the Lake Michigan circular route. I have no idea how long that would take you, and I think you'd have to go into Canada to finish it.
Another interesting fact on Lake Michigan is it's 100
Okay, let's go and see what the Lake Michigan water is like.
See how long Sarah stays in for. Fairly a while. Good out.
So after I've braved the Lake Michigan, Jez has decided he'll also be brave and he's going to have a go to see how long he lasts. Oh, he's gone to his ankles. You're not going any more than your ankles.
Like that. That's your fault, that one. You did it on purpose, didn't you? Soggy jeans now.
Is it cold?
Not too bad actually.
Told you.
Quite nice to swim, that would be.
Go on then. Morning, Hezzy. Are you awake? I don't think I am. So we're staying in Wyoming, and local wildlife is stork, heron. No idea. Comments below. So we stopped off for some lunch on the way to La Crosse and stumbled across this place called Dells, or Wisconsin Dells. Beautiful. So we have broken all the rules. Jez is not happy. We've driven to the top of the hill.
Should have walked up. So much nicer to walk up than to drive up. But someone was feeling lazy.
And as you can tell from what we're wearing, it's not exactly the best weather. But the person in the brewery last night suggested we came to the top of Grandad Bluff and looked at the view, because it was a really good view. You can see across the whole town, the valley.
Might be able to make out Mississippi in the distance.
Welcome to the Mississippi. The Mississippi River, that is, not Mississippi the state. It's not quite the hot, sultry Mississippi I was led to believe, but that might be because we are still in Wisconsin, so we're quite far north.
Cold, wet, nappy.
There's Hezzy waiting for us by the Mississippi River. Hezzy also would like the Mississippi River to be hotter and warmer. And then we get a proper view of the Mississippi River. We walked alongside it, now we're going over it. We're now crossing from the east side of the Mississippi onto the west side.
Into Iowa.
And at some point into Iowa. So it turns out our next state is Minnesota, but I missed the sign because I literally just turned the camera off as we went through the state line. But it's not Iowa. Maybe we've already done Iowa. You can tell we're losing track of where we are, what we're doing, who we are, day of the week it is.
No idea.
And all of those things.
I'm just driving west, I think.
We're just driving to the sunset every day and we see where we wake up the next morning.
Yeah. Brilliant, isn't it?
So we've chosen our next boondocking site. This is the road up, about a mile on gravel drive. So here on our boondocking site in Minnesota. Houston, Minnesota.
With no problems.
With no problems at all. Lovely family we met earlier. So much so that they have made Jez an extra dinner.
Bonus food. I love boondocking.
Tonight. So thank you for our boondocking family for tonight.
So whilst most of you lot spend the evenings relaxing, watching rubbish on the TV, we spend our evenings poring over maps and different apps. So we've got books of places to go for the state, including this famous Spam Museum. Spam, 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 spam.
which we might test out tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a famous song about that. And then we also got a series of maps, and we are working out our plans for the next few days, of which we don't really have a clue what we're doing, but hopefully for you lot at home it looks really impressive. Spam, spam.
Okay, go on then. They'd have made 98 at the time.
Oh, rubbish.
15, first go.
I was 14.
On your second go. Just spotted the Jolly Green Giant.
Ho ho ho.
Only in America.
Shame there's not loads of little peas running around though.
Well, you can do the Sprout Trail in town. So, welcome to Minnesota. I mean, how on earth would you want to be welcoming people to Minnesota with a massive green giant? So, all of the facts about the Jolly Green Giant. I remember.
Welcome to South Dakota.
Okay, like Jesse James, Jess is now going to demonstrate how they leapt their horse across.
Well, I don't have a horse, so I can't do it, sorry.
Any old excuse, eh? So most statues in America are huge, and you can see this is a massive statue. Jess is going to go and stand by it for scale. Look how tall Jess is.
In the Corn Palace, I wasn't expecting this at all. Basketball court made of wood. Driving back, or driving north after we left Tom and Katrina in Chicago, we were surprised at the time on the clock on Hezzy, and we couldn't understand why it wasn't the time we thought it was. Anyway, it turns out that we had gone through a time zone, and as it happens, we've just gone through another time zone, so we're now in mountain time.
Had we known about it earlier, it means I could have had an extra hour in bed. No. But what it does mean is we should get an extra hour sunshine. So I suppose I should be grateful.
Absolutely, it means we can get an extra hour's walk in the mountains.
No, I'm going to walk in the mountains today.
Welcome to the Badlands National Park. That's the mini Badlands. First view of the Badlands is